Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Haul O'Clock with another package from Bricklink. Right, so let's get into this. Nicely packed, clean order. And immediately I can see the main reason for the order. This bag, very excited about this. It is almost, not quite, but almost the last remaining figure I need from the Ultra Agents range. And it is Professor Brainstein, but there's two Professor Brainsteins. There's one where he's just a normal guy, and there's one where he's got a mech suit that he's sort of attached to. And this is that one. So this is very special indeed. It only came with one set. That was 70171, Ultrasonic Showdown from 2015. He's got two-sided head. No, he hasn't. He's got a single-sided head, which I think is unique to this minifigure. He's very angry and got all these stress lines on. I don't quite know the story, but I think he's either turned bad because of the suit, or the suit's made him go a bit crazy, or I don't know. But essentially, the ultrasonic bit of the Ultrasonic Showdown is a great big jet with a goodie in it, so he must turn bad in some way. So I don't quite know how that works. If you do, let me know. I'll be interested. And there's a really interesting bit. So he's got this fantastic helmet with sort of eye bit, but he's also got this extra brain. Look at that, in sort of trans pink or trans magenta. Don't know which way around that's supposed to go. Almost looks better that way. No, I don't know. We'll go with that. There's a dome on top of that. It's got a walkie-talkie with a screen on it. That's a very good tile in itself. So on there's a picture of Antimatter, who's the lead baddie. So that's interesting. And then he's obviously got this stud shooter over one shoulder. I remember how this goes together, you see, that's why I'm being a bit slow. And it's got these sort of spider legs. I say spider, there's only 4 of them. And then these are the toes. But this is an incredibly rare minifigure. It seems that most of the sets on eBay for this set are only available in America. So I don't know if it was only released there or what, but essentially it's very hard to get your hands on. And that is him. Oh yeah, that looks really good. It's a bit expensive, but one of the few remaining from that range, and I just thought I just needed to have him really. So yeah, that brain's great, isn't it? His walkie-talkie's good, and his legs look sort of mechanical, but also a bit creepy, really. And I think that must be like a booster rocket or something like that. So I've got no idea if and where I'm going to use this in my city, but since he's available, I just had to have him. In fact, this store was absolutely fantastic because it has all sorts of specialist bits that I was really interested in. Not many sort of boring bricks this time at all. So here's another minifigure that was quite well priced. This is a Harry Potter minifigure. I don't know much about Harry Potter. This is Newt Scamander, apparently. I do know that he was played by Redmayne in the film. And he's got one of these nice new suitcase pieces. Nothing in this one. And he's got some wands. I don't know if I'll need or use those as wands, but got them anyway. But quite fun. He's got this little creature, which is called a Niffler, I think. But I think he looks quite like a mole, so I can just put him anywhere and pretend he's a mole, can't I? Maybe make a little molehill nearby. So He's very fun indeed. So that's why I bought him. And people who watch my videos often will know I don't like skin-toned minifigures. So I'll just swap him out with yellow hands and a yellow head because, I mean, there's no skin tone on his body and he's got a nice sort of waistcoat and jacket on and so on. So he'll be very useful. So that's good. Another bag. Got loads of crates. Now I've pretty much run out of crates and I need some for my shrimp boat and shrimp shack to put all my shrimp in. And I quite like this colour. I haven't got many in this colour, which is sort of a medium flesh, medium dark flesh, one or the other. And so I got 4 of those. They were pretty well priced. And they'll contrast well with the red of the shrimp. And while I was there, I got 2 grey ones, which I don't think I've got any grey ones. So I don't know what I'll use those for yet, but it's good to have 2 of those. And talking of the grey ones, in this bag, with assorted bits, including lots of little bits, I got 2 of these 3x4 pieces, which are often used for things like minifigure series bases, but I thought they might look good for the lids of crates to be closed. And they're obviously in light bluish grey as well, so there we go. So I don't know if that is how I'm going to use them or not, but I thought that was quite good. You could even stack them then. So that's them. 1 white arch, that'll be for support, that was probably cheap. And I got lots of grey bricks for texture. So obviously some railings. I might use those for some train cars, but if not, texture on walls like rungs or something like that. And these too, so when they're built into a wall, all you'll see is the sort of that bit sticking out as sort of a rung, so it's good for texture. And that's just for sort of greebling or different types of texture on grey wall, because if you're going to have a great big expanse of wall, which I'm going to have sort of along a bit from my marina, then I need to give it some sort of features, otherwise it's going to look completely bare. And with that in mind as well, I got some 1x2 and 1x1 modified bricks, just so you can clip some of these things onto a wall. Now this is interesting. Yes, good, it's the right one. It's Bennie's Toolbox from the second Lego movie. And I wanted that one because I've used my red toolbox in my construction site that I had from the mechanic. And I don't really need a Bennie minifigure. But I thought this would be a really good toolbox with the classic space symbol on for my space centre, because I'm going to be doing a space centre. It's more like a sort of inner city space centre rather than like a launch pad, sort of with the research and development sort of type side of things, and a big communication satellite on the roof. So you might remember a brick hall a while back. I got lots of sort of clear dome pieces for that as well. So this will be a minor part of that building. I've got lots of round 1x1 and round 1x1 plates with the hole in, and that's so I can make some interesting trees. A couple of brown buckets. I ran out of buckets. I used my last one in the park, in the sand pit there. So got 2 more, this time in brown, so I can use them maybe on the fishing boat or something like that. So that's all good. So that's all of those pieces. Looks like a similar assortment here. Another one of those. More of that, more of that, more of that. Ah, now this is good. And thank God it hasn't been scratched, because it was just loose in that bag. But this is you probably recognise it. It's a TIE Fighter sort of cockpit front window. And I've got this so I can replace the window in my Sanctorum building, because although I quite like that symbol that is it, I just want it to be something that isn't the Sanctorum. So it might be that using a more generic sort of shaped window is better. So I thought I'd buy that just to experiment to see, really. Then these dark blue bits and these, well, 2 of these brown bits are for amends to my wrecked shrimp boat, because I'm going to take the play feature off that eventually so I can use it in my city. That's the wrecked shrimp boat from the Hidden Side set 70419. So I just need those to finish off the back because it's got that sort of coloured wheel play feature on it. These were a couple of axes in brown. That's just so I can experiment with a play feature I was thinking of incorporating near my beach to get something sort of fun happening there. So I won't spoil that any further. I think these will be in the wrong colour, but these were cheap, so it'll allow me to experiment. These three pieces I was going to have together to form a water cooler that's sort of half full. And because I was expecting it, I got the rest of it here. This didn't come with the order. I had this ready and waiting. So it's got a tap and a pile of cups and a button and a Technic 1x2, which this can just pop right into. So a very simple build, but it's sort of, you can see it's one of those ones with a bottle on top and it's half full of water. Even though water's not blue, but nonetheless, I think that looks rather good. That's going to just go in another building. White bar pieces, always useful, and grabbers for the tree that I'm going to do in white. It's going to be sort of a silver birch type tree. A lot of people have done those before, so nothing crazy new. Now, another bag of awesome pieces. Now this, as you'll probably know, is a sewer baby. Now I didn't want to get the sewer baby set because I didn't really need anything else from it. That's set 853865, the Lego Movie 2 accessory pack. And this is the only single piece I wanted. So given it was cheaper than that whole pack, I got this because I just wanted to have a sort of dirty baby, really. So so some young mum can have this guy with his sort of chipped tooth and his odd expression. I just think he's hilarious. It'll be great for making a fun scene with. Base plate for another minifigure. So we've got a cave woman. So this is from series 5. I don't know if there's a club in here. Yep, there we are. So there's her club. I didn't have her. I've got no idea how I'm going to use her either, given that she's a cave woman. I mean, I've already got the cave man that came with the 60200 Capital City set. That's sort of part of a sort of museum sort of diorama type thing. So maybe she could join him as part of that. I don't know. Not that I've really got any plans for a museum for a cave person setup, but anyway. Now I've got two very muscular torsos, which I think are from the lifeguard figure, but they're just for my beach, so I can have some sort of beach hunks going around on the beach. A certificate of achievement, which is from the recent minifigure, the Scarecrow from the Lego Movie 2. Two of those. A few postcards. I mean, these are Friends ones. I love Heart Lake City, but I mean, they just look like generic postcards to me. So it doesn't matter that they're Friends and they aren't bright pink at least, so that's something. 3 of those. Lovely picture of a bridge. Could use that anywhere. Some 4 water bottles with H2O written on them. They're from the dance instructor from series 17. I need to put sort of a top piece on those so they can be drunk out of. Now these, I just couldn't resist these. These were quite expensive, but they're little birds. And they're from one of the Disney Princess Jasmine sets. I think one comes with the series minifigure and one comes with a different set. And they're just little white birds, really. But they're ever so cute, and I just think they'll go anywhere, won't they? So I look forward to putting those in the city. Another minifigure. This guy's sort of a angry-looking, ginger-bearded guy with rough waistcoat and lots of equipment around his belt. And a fedora hat. And he's from the set 5884 Raptor Chase from 2012, which is kind of a non-Jurassic Park line of sort of Jurassic Park type stuff. And he was just called Hero. So anyway, I quite liked him. He's almost a better Australian for my tourist bus than the Australian I've recently introduced, but I might swap them over, I don't know. Anyway, he's good fun. Lots of chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains. I plan to use these as little fences, sort of preventing people jumping off my marina side or something like that. And this is also a hidden side piece. It's a phone, and it's the purple one with a very terrifying ghost on it. Now, I missed this when I was basically doing my brick haul from Bricks and Pieces, and I didn't get it in any of the sets I bought because I just bought the shrimp boat, the shrimp shack, and I got the free Newbury juice bar, and none of those sets had the Professor JB character in it, and this is her phone, so I've got plenty of the Jack's phone and plenty of Parker's phone, the boy and the girl respectively, but this was one that was missing, so I just thought I'd get that. So I've got the set of 3 for the ghost hunters and their respective phones. Then we can make a mini totem out of some heads. Some quite interesting ones this time. So I've got 2 ones with a little moustache at the bottom and in the middle there. That's from the King character, apparently. You usually can't see it because he's got a great big beard on. But that's quite an interesting, different face that I haven't got before. There's a guy with braces on his teeth. Guy with good sideburns. I think he's the horse suit guy. And then there's a lady with pink dots of makeup on her cheeks. And a wink that's quite suggestive, so I like that. Any of them double-sided? Oh, yeah, hers. Yep, she's not winking on the other side. I think I prefer that one. Good, good. A bone. I don't remember buying a bone. I think that might be a mistake. Another postcard. And... oh, look at that. Awesome. So this is from Star Wars, as you may know. Actually, from the Han Solo movie sets specifically. There's a couple of sets there. 75210 being one, the Karelian Hound this is. And I just thought it was a great looking vicious dog. I mean, it's not very true to any real life dog breed in real life, but I do just love the fact that it looks like a really vicious dog. So I thought a really sort of vicious looking owner might have a really vicious dog, and I'd use this as a dog in Brick Nottingham. 2 more bags. This one's quite small. Oh, that's because it's a minifigure. Ah, yes. This one is, what's he called? Cyrus Borg, who apparently is a Ninjago character. And he's got sort of a bionic arm on this side and some bionic body. And on that side of his head, he's got a bionic head as well. Plain legs and bionic head/hair. And that's why I bought him, because he's kind of like a Terminator, isn't he? He's sort of got a bionic eye on one side, metal head. I mean, he's not a million miles different from Professor Brainstein, so really, really good fun. I like him. I have no idea what I'm going to use him for, but some sort of Terminator would be quite fun, wouldn't it? Last bag. Really good order, this. Loads of really fancy and special pieces. So we've got some more of the long black barrier for around my marina's edge. Now here's another piece that I couldn't get from the hidden side sets. It's one of the ghost faces. I think this one was only available on Paranormal Bus and maybe the school. I can't remember. Anyway, it wasn't on any of the sets I bought, and it wasn't available yet on the Bricks and Pieces. I don't know if it will be, but that's a really good face. I might use that to make a ghost in the dungeon of Brick Nottingham Castle. That's a recent idea that I'm toying with. Only if you can see him quite well through the bars. I think that'll work if you can. So look out for that. Short trousers, needed those. There's a nice snowboard. Could be for sale in a sporting shop with snowflake pattern. Really like that. Already got a shark repellent canister from one of the Batman sets. Well, it's the Robin series minifigure, I think. It's got a picture of the shark with a bar through it and shark repellent on the other side. I thought that could be, because one's being used by the person in a life raft in my harbour, but I thought the other one could be in the store in the marina shop, surf shop. Pair of pyjamas. Very useful. This is a really nice... Is that printed or stickered? I think it's printed. Yeah, it's printed. So this is a 1x4x3 panel piece, printed with a picture of a nebula on, i.e. space. And this is from the set Ladies of NASA. I can use that in my space centre along with the Toolbox from Bennie. So that's very good. I've got lots of these pieces for use in Technic gubbins for my making fairground rides work. Well, there's another shark repellent there. A black hair with a hole in it because I pilfered the one from the man with the birthday cake. And a brown afro wig, or hair, depending on how you look at it, which is from the Disco Diva girl, I think, amongst other things. So there you go, a lovely hairpiece to finish it off, and then a few black bits to go with the trees. Excellent, so that's a really, really good haul. Now, as a quick bonus, I'm just going to see if I can incorporate these 4 pieces into my wrecked shrimp boat. The Hidden Side set, which you may be familiar with. Again, that's 70419. So essentially, I'm only going to be working on the back half. I'm going to take off that crate of shrimp. I'll take that off. All that. All of that. That might be this change is a bit boring after I've got rid of all this stuff, I don't know. Right, so first stage, just strip it back like that. You'll see on this side it's got 2 of the 1x4 plates in dark blue and one of those angle pieces. So that's what I've bought here. Put that there. And to make it symmetrical here, I'd need this curved piece in dark blue, but fortunately there's one in here. There we go. Then I got this piece, which is the same as that one. It's just a angled brown piece to cover that. And then I can use the bit we took off to do that. So it's very no detail, low effort. I need one more of those to go there, or just take it off entirely, I don't know. But then there'll just be a flat back boat, and the thing that I was going to do was just add several of these crates on like it was absolutely laden. In fact, maybe only 2 would do for the scene like that. You can imagine them both overflowing with shrimp, or maybe even a third, I don't know, like that. There we go. Does that look better? It definitely looks more realistic than having this sort of great big colour wheel on the back, doesn't it? So quite a lot taken off that to be used in other projects, which is always nice, including a stickered engine piece, which maybe we could use. I don't know. Could put it on the front, couldn't you? Maybe. Anyway, there we go. Roar. So I think you'll agree that's been another awesome haul. In fact, it's been a really special one, that one, because I've got the mech suit Professor Brainstein that I've been looking for absolutely ages, and things like the sewer baby and these birds and even the Karelian Hound are just going to make some really interesting scenes in my city. So I'm really happy with that. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, we'll be continuing with developments in and around the castle area. See you then!